Hello, as Jones. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? Oh, 100% charge. Is that Asday? Should I call it Asday? To be honest, I can't really pronounce that. Asday. Thank you for joining. How are you? And how is your evening going? What have you been up to? I'm fine. Ian Priest, I'm very good. How are you too? How is your evening going? What have you been up to and where are you streaming from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm streaming from Bristol. So if you don't mind us knowing where you're streaming from, that would be good. You don't really need to mention the city. Mentioning the country is fine. Just been chilling. Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, USA, USA. Where is that in USA? I'm planning of coming to the USA in the summer for the World Cup. I've never been to the USA. That would be an opportunity for me to come and watch the games and visit, just see what the USA looks like. Yeah, I had a busy one. I had work, finished work. I went to some coaching this evening, and then cheaper if you go to Mexico. Yeah, I'm not. Well, it depends. I can't really go to Mexico because someone said cheaper if you go to Mexico for the World Cup. Yeah, it depends. The games that I want to watch. I want to watch England against Ghana, and then I've just checked um, Ivory Coast. I think one of their games is in Canada. That's really far, and it depends if I will have the money to move around that much. But I think England has three of their games in the United States. I think one is in New Jersey. I saw another one in Texas, another one in I think Massachusetts, something like that. So they're all in the US. So that's probably why I'll be in the US to watch some of those games. Someone said Vancouver venue would be really nice. Okay, yeah, I might give it a go. But again, it would depend what country is playing there. Someone said, yeah, the Vancouver would be nice. Mm, don't go to Toronto. Why? Why is that? Is there any reason you don't want me to go to Toronto if you go to Canada? What's up? Casey Cloud, I'm good. Thank you for joining. 1-1. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, I had a great day, Casey Cloud. I hope you had a great day too. Always Mo, is that Mohammed? Wank, Wagwan, bro. I'm alright, bro. How are you doing too? What's up, bro? Who's that? Fahabili, I'm good, bro. How are you too? Toto has a bad stadium. Hey, today, who is addressing me as a nigga? Ali Ramazani. That language is not allowed here, and for that reason, I'm going to block you. Ali, what's the name? Ali Ramazani. If you do not know how to respect people on a live stream, and then I'm going to block you straight away. I'm not here to mess about. Can I get David Van Gopal? Thanks for joining. Ozzy 91. Thanks for joining. Hi, bro. From London. You look like a football player. I used to live in London. I'm not a football player, but I'm a football coach. I coach football. Caroline Chimutai. Aru Kenyan. You are from Kenya. What part of Kenya? Ali Ramazani. Sorry, man. Yeah, Ali, you should know that language like that is not allowed. You can't come on live and start addressing people as nigger. It's not right. Not not right at all. You don't do that. If you don't know my name, address me as bro or whatever. I think that is absolutely fine. But that day is not allowed, to be honest. Patrick Batman apparently realized today that cats can't breathe underwater. RIP, Mr. How will you even take a cat underwater? Caroline Chumota. Oh, you are in Nairobi. Oh, I'm looking forward to visit Kenya someday. Last last April, I was in what do you call it? I was in Rwanda, and Kenya is just a stone throw. I didn't have plenty of time. I would have come to Kenya, but my plan is to visit Kenya, visit Tanzania, and probably Uganda. I'm looking to make it to East Africa. That would be good. Ozzy 91, lovely brother. You have a bright, healthy face. Do you have a bright, healthy face? Do you use in your Facebook? Man, I don't use anything. Trust me. The only cream I use is a E45. That's it. I don't wash my face. I don't go to all those facial stuff. No, I don't do them. It's amazing country. Come and visit. Yeah, I will. I will come to Kenya. My best friend in Switzerland was in Kenya. I think last 2 months. He loved it. I've got a couple of friends that have been to Kenya. They said they said they really had a good time. So I should visit. I don't know when, but that is one of the places I'll have to go before this year ends. Ozzy, lovely brother, have a bright, healthy face. Okay. No, I don't use any cream, Ozzy. Uh, Caroline, amazing country. Come visit. I will come. Patrick Batman, Einstein or PD. I hope you are doing all right. Say, I'm doing fine, Patrick. I hope you are doing fine too. How is your evening going? Moose, sup? I'm good, Moose. How are you too? How are you doing too? Thanks you guys for joining and thanks for the interaction. Please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I've got a small channel which I'm trying to grow, so I will appreciate if people subscribe to my channel and watch a few of my videos. That will make my day, to be honest. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. So we've got Caroline from Nairobi. There was one other person from London. So if you do not mind to tell us where you're streaming from, that would be good. If you don't want to talk about the state or the town, you can just mention the country in the comment section. That would be appreciated. For myself, I'm streaming from Bristol, which is in the UK. Einstein or PD? Um, that is a difficult one, to be honest. Oh, Masu Nico from Iran. My friend, I've got a friend who is from Iran, Ali. He is a football coach. He's a goalkeeper coach. Very, very good coach. Very, very good. Ali, brilliant guy. He lives in the United Arab Emirates now. So we've got someone from Iran as well. Mansoor. Mansoor, Nico, thank you guys for joining. So how is your day going? What have you guys been up to? I had a little busy day. I went to work. From work, I went to coach football. I coached last night as well. It was freezing. My fingers, my toes were all freezing. Can you say hi, Lily? Love you, and I sup. Hello, Lily. That's MM2 Lily. Thank you so much, Lily. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you a lot. And hello to you. And I love you too, Lily. What do you think about Iran? Iran is just a country like any other country. As I said earlier, I've got a friend from Iran, Ali, and he told me a lot about Iran. I just feel like it's just a country like any other country, and their football keeps getting better. I think Iran has. Hi, Ricardo Morton. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Yeah, so Masoud, just how I was saying, my friend always talks about Iran. Wait, Ares Mohammed, what football team do you support? I support Liverpool in the Premier League. I love Liverpool a lot. In the Championship, I support Bristol City, and then we look at League One. I love Cardiff City because I used to work for Cardiff. But I coach at semi-professional football. I coach a team called Western Superman, who are in National League South. National League South is like I think 6 leagues below the Premier League. We've got where are you from? Mansu, I'm originally from Cameroon. Well, football, originally from Cameroon. So we've got the Premier League, we've got the Championship, League One, League Two, National League South. That's where we are. I'm originally from Cameroon. You should know Cameroon. We are still in the African Nations Cup. We'll be playing the quarterfinals of the African Nations Cup against Morocco on I think it'll be Friday. Yeah, that'll be Friday. So if you're just joining, thank you for joining. I appreciate every one of you that has joined this live. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please, 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 I beg of you. Do you know how much dollar a teacher gets per month there? In the UK, yeah, it depends. It depends on experience and the level at which you are teaching. If you're teaching, let's say, for example, secondary school, it depends on the school as well, but majority of it is between 28,000 for a starter. Those that I've seen, 28,000 to 35,000 a year. But for those also other person, BG, BJ plays. Good evening. Do you think Cameroon will win the game against Morocco or even the AFCON? That is a difficult one. BJ plays. Honestly, I would want Cameroon to win it, but Morocco are a very good side, and Morocco and they are the host, so they have the fans behind them. But again, Cameroon is very good at beating host countries. From my experience, from when I started watching football in 2000, the year 2000, when Nigeria hosted the African Nations Cup, Cameroon beat them in the finals. Do you believe that a teacher gets only $10 per month in Iran? Ooh. Yeah, but if you look at the standards of living in Iran, I'm not really sure about the standards of living in Iran, compared to standards of living in the UK is different. So you might get 28,000 a month in the UK, which would just be below £2,000. If you have a family, you have to pay house rent, pay all the bills. It's not a lot of money. I will tell you that, Masu. It's not a lot. I like the video. I did love to stream, but don't have enough subscribers. Okay, Diego Maradona. Yeah. I think you need to have 50 subscribers before you are able to subscribe. The best way to have 50 subscribers, what I will recommend is that I don't know if you are planning to grow your channel, Diego Maradona, I'm talking to you. If you are, and then I will say put a few videos on your channel, not long videos, it could be short, and then you advertise on YouTube, or what YouTube calls promote. When you promote a video on your YouTube channel, you will reach so many subscribers, because YouTube has three options that they will ask you when you promote your video. They will ask you if you want to grow your audience, if you want to get more views, or you want to promote your website. So if you click to grow your audience, you will have a good number of subscribers, and then you'll be able to go live. So that is what you should do. I think Morocco will beat Cameroon. Really, BJ players. I think Morocco will beat Cameroon, but Senegal will knock them out. I see a West African final, maybe Senegal against Mali. Well, as I said, it will be a very hard one. It will be, and what most people fail to understand about Cameroon is that when no one thinks Cameroon will win something, that is when we win. If you look at the African Nations Cup in 2017, where Cameroon had the worst team, nobody even expected us to make to make the group stages, because most of the players were very young and inexperienced players. Most of the pros did not turn up for that tournament, but we went on to win that tournament. And in the quarterfinals, we beat who did we beat in the quarter? We beat Senegal in the quarterfinals. Went to the semi-finals. We beat Ghana 2-0. Went to the finals. We beat Egypt. Same as this tournament. When Cameroon came in, people were like, "Oh, Cameroon is not good enough," but we've won almost every game. We beat Gabon. We drew 1-1 with Ivory Coast, who are like the best in the tournament. We went on to beat Mozambique, beat South Africa, and now we are in the quarterfinals. Don't be surprised that we beat Morocco. I'm very confident we can beat Morocco, but again, as I said, it can go either way. It is a very tight one. It will be a very, very good game. All the games in that quarterfinals are very good games. Even Senegal, Mali, you think Senegal has already qualified? They haven't. They still have to go through Mali. Did you see how Mali played against uh, uh, um, Tunisia? 10-men Mali. They did so well against Tunisia. Most people probably thought that Tunisia was going to have it easy against Mali, but it did not happen. They played some good football. So don't think Senegal has won. No, they haven't. They haven't. No, Senegal has not won yet, because they've got to go through Mali. And that Malian team, you don't write them out. Tunisia is not a serious team. Well, I, I agree with you, because if they were serious, you can't be playing against 10 men and lose. But do not take anything away from Mali. They defended really, really well. Senegal will school Mali 100%. You think so? I don't think so. The Malian team is a very physical team, because if The very first game I watched Mali was against who did they play first in the group stages? It was against Zambia. I was disappointed. They were rubbish. They were so average. And then they went against Morocco and did really, really well against Morocco. And then Comoros, they drew against Comoros, which everybody expected them to win that game, but they did not. And then came and beat Tunisia. So do not think Senegal will have it easy against Mali. No, they won't. It will be a good game. The manner which they lost that game was shameful. Yes, Mali did very well, and we're lucky to get the late penalty. In football, BJ plays. In football, yeah, there's nothing. There's a little bit of luck, but you have to work hard to be lucky. Do not forget that Mali were playing with 10 men. They would just have given up, but because they worked so hard, they didn't give up. They were still moving the ball forward. They were still looking to create chances against 11 men Tunisia. That was when they had that penalty. If they were not fighting to move that ball forward, they wouldn't have had that free kick close to the Tunisian 18-meter box. It shows that they are a good side. The Senegal team is both very technically and physically. Their attack will get them past. Yeah, to be honest, Senegal has good players in every position. Every position. But let's not forget that that Senegal team failed to beat Congo. They drew against Congo. They played very well. They had more of the ball, but they could not break that Congolese team. They drew because when the competition started, the way Senegal were going, I was like, okay, their biggest challenge would be against Congo. Let's see how they do against Congo. They didn't win. If you look at most of the games that they have won, they won against the likes of Botswana. No disrespect to Botswana, but you can't compare Botswana to Senegal. They beat Botswana. They beat who else? They beat Sudan in knockout stages. The group stages. Who else did they beat? Was it Benin? Benin Republic. They beat Benin Republic. So they are a good side. Take nothing from that Senegal side. They are very, very good. I'll tell you that. They are very, very good. But this African Cup of Nations, there will be surprises. There will be surprises. Don't be surprised that Mali beat Senegal. It's possible. It's possible. So, BG plays. Who do you think will win between Ivory Coast and Senegal? The Ivory Coast has a good team as well. They have a good team, and they are against Egypt. That would be another good game. In fact, all the games in that quarterfinals are top games. That's the most difficult quarterfinals I've seen in a very long time. It's like the African Nations Cup is just starting now. There's still a lot of football to be played. A lot of football. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, the Senegal team, they are technically very, very good. Very, very good. They have top players in every position. Every position they've got a top player. Ismail Sarr, Mane. Oh my God. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's that? How are you? Fire, I'm good. How are you too? How is your day going? How you going? Are they going fire? What have you been up to? And where are you streaming from, Fire? If you don't want to mention your city, you can just mention the country. That is absolutely fine. And if you're just joining and you have not subscribed to my channel, please do try to subscribe. I'm trying to build my um my YouTube, and I will appreciate if people subscribe to it. Senegal vs Ivory Coast will be very interesting. I cannot say who will win. This one is difficult. Maybe the better defense will win. Greetings from Scotland. Who is that? That's Andrew Simple from Scotland. I can't believe that I've never been to Scotland. I've gone right up to Darlington. Not Darlington. What do you call that place? Yeah, we stopped at Darlington and then we took a bus to I don't forget how it's called, but wherever we were, the next train station was Scotland. Was it Newcastle or Scotland? I think it was Scotland because the train was going to Scotland. It's beautiful. Yeah, I've got two of my friends live in Scotland. One of them lives in Glasgow. The other one just moved to Scotland. I'm not really sure where. They said it's beautiful, it's quiet, but it's cold. They said, but I just need to visit Scotland, Scotland, and maybe Northern Ireland. Those are the two places I should be visiting. Another interesting game I'm looking forward is Egypt vs Ivory Coast. I don't think Egypt will survive the Ivory Coast attack from what I've watched so far. Yeah, but knockout stages, knockout games just has a way. Like if you look at the game today between Congo and Algeria, it would have gone either way, you know, but it went to Algeria. So that game between Egypt and Ivory Coast is going to be a very difficult one. In fact, all of the games will be very difficult. All of them will be very difficult games. So it's opposite here. We love foreign people. We hate each other. Why is that? I've not been to Scotland. I don't really know much about Scotland. I've lived in Wales. I know a lot about the Welsh. I lived in Wales for 5 years. Jordan MC, is that Manchester United 92? How are you, Jordan? I hope you are okay. Alcohol, that's why. Oh yeah, and I see. Yeah, alcohol is always a problem. Jordan, good evening. Congo was only in that game because they are harder to play through, but it's easy to contain their attack. They didn't really threaten Algeria today. Yeah, I started watching the game. I watched the first half and then I had to go coach. Oh, Man City. Yeah, Jordan is support Man City. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking to go watch Man City someday, but these Premier League clubs getting their tickets is just a mountain to climb, especially the so-called top six. I tried, I think it was today. I tried getting a ticket to go watch Arsenal. Like you can't even buy a ticket. I ended up booking Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. It's still snowing. Scotland, wow. Snowing in Scotland. Yeah, there was a little bit of snow in the UK. I was in Wolverhampton a few days ago. It snowed in Wolverhampton, but it didn't snow in Birmingham. And we have not had snow here. I guess it will be snowing in Scotland. Scotland is too cold. That's why it snows there all the time. You may as well watch top five. Yeah, those top five teams, you can't get their tickets. I got season ticket since I was 14. Wow. Season ticket for Man City. That is great, man. Yeah, getting their tickets is just difficult. I tried Arsenal. I saw the cheapest ticket was £78, and I can't even buy them because I'm not what they call a member. But my mate who we coach together is like my colleague. He supports Arsenal. He said he is a member and he can't even get a ticket. You have to go into this so-called ballot, and then it's just what team do you support? I support Liverpool. I support Liverpool, but I don't watch their games that much because Liverpool is far away from me, and the politics of getting a ticket is just it's just difficult. And another thing is because I coach football myself. I coach most weekends. I coach most Saturdays, so I do not really have time to watch those teams that much. But tomorrow I'll be going to London to watch Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Yeah, I'm watching AFCON. I even went to Morocco to watch the AFCON. I was in Morocco for 5 days. I went there on Boxing Day, just after Christmas. I watched Cameroon against Ivory Coast in Marrakech. I watched Zimbabwe against South Africa in Marrakech. And then the last game I watched before I came back was Ivory Coast against Gabon. It was really good, but I had to come back because I had work. BJ Place, you are a Manchester fan. Manchester United, what's happening? You fired your manager again. What is happening? Manchester United. Yeah, Jordan, yeah, I had to go. If Cameroon makes it to the finals of the AFCON, and it happens that the finals is playing on a weekend that we don't have a game, and then I'll go watch it. But I doubt because we've got a game this weekend. We might have another game next weekend, which will probably be the weekend for the finals. But we'll see. I would have loved to stay some more, but I had to come back for work. So, Jordan, Man City. Do you think Man City is going to win the Premier League again? BJ, you don't know what is happening again. Okay, let me tell you what is happening. When Alex Ferguson left, they thought that Manchester problem was the manager. It wasn't the manager because they brought Van Gaal, they brought Jose Mourinho, Ole, Ten Hag. I forget Moyes. Moyes was even the first one. Now they are looking to appoint Ole again as interim manager. You see. I think the problem at United is that personally I think the problem is a board because if you listen to Robin Amorin statement, the last statement he made before he was fired, he said when they brought him in, he was coming as a manager, not as a coach. And what he meant by that statement is that when you are a coach, you do not have a lot of powers when it comes to signing players, which player to bring in, and all that. Maybe the sporting director does all of that. They do all the contracts and bring in players, whether that player fits in your system or not. They do it because you are a head coach. You see, he came in as a manager, meaning he should have a say into who the club signs. If that person does not fit in his style of play, and he shouldn't sign that player. But they didn't respect that. They still treated him as a coach. You just sit there, the director of sports will decide who to sign. Or Manchester United wants this player. And the player comes in now, he doesn't fit in his system, the team is not playing well, and then he is taking the blame. And then when he came to public and said that, they fired him. So United, man, you guys, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know about United. They are just all over the place. But I'm happy though, as a Liverpool fan, I'm happy United is going through that phase. And I'm sure Jordan Man City is also happy. They are noisy neighbors. They are also happy. Manchester United, I think their problem is the owners, not the managers or the players. The owners are the problem, in my opinion. That's what I think. Because you can't be changing managers every season. They bring in a new manager every season. They bring in a new manager. Nothing is changing. It's fantastic with him, but the both are incompetent. We'll be back soon. Yeah, I think it is the board. It's not the managers or the players because they have brought top managers at Manchester United. Nothing is changing. They brought top players. They come in and they are not performing. Immediately they leave Manchester United and go somewhere else. They start playing good football again. So that says a lot about the club. A lot. It says a lot about the club. So I personally think Manchester United and these guys, the club is their club. They don't want to sell. You know, what do you call them? The glaciers. They don't want to sell. They just want to stay there and do whatever they want because the football club is theirs. So, and they are making money out of it. The people who are suffering are the fans. The fans are the ones suffering, but the owners don't really care. It's all about money. Which manager do I think they should appoint? It's not about which manager they should appoint. It's about which manager wants to come to United. I would have said Xavi, who left Barcelona. He's a very good manager out there. Or they can get Enzo, who just left Chelsea. He's a good manager as well. He's simply that good. Enzo, I didn't really rate him, to be honest. I didn't really rate him to be a top manager. But for Manchester United, whoever comes in, they will find a reason to fire the person after a couple of games. I need to go get some fruit. I'm feeling hungry. So United just have their own problems, to be honest. Xavi is a top choice. Yeah, but the thing is, are you sure Xavi wants to come to Manchester United? Those are the questions. Because he had looked at managers that have come to United and left. The question is, does he want to come to Manchester United? Because the hierarchy at United don't really treat managers that well. You come in as a manager, you have about 3 to 4 people above you trying to take on you. Nobody wants that. because every manager in a club wants to have those powers to decide which player comes in, which player goes out. Because you can't just buy players and impose them on the manager or expect the manager to do some magic for this player to fit into their style of play. It's hard. And if the player doesn't perform well, the blame goes to the manager. It shouldn't be like that. I think that's the biggest problem United has. A lot of owners, they want to micromanage everything. So BJ plays, where are you streaming from, if you don't mind me asking? The battery is low. I think at United it was collaborative between the manager and the board. I think Amory's result caused the tension between him and the board before then he made those statements to the press. It's coming from Lagos. Yeah, if you look at his result, it's not like United are doing that bad. They are not. They are not doing that bad. Just a few clubs are doing better than United. Because if you talk about results, yeah, let's look at other teams. Let's take Liverpool, for example. This is Liverpool. There was a time Liverpool went 6 games without a win. They lost to Chelsea, lost to Crystal Palace, lost to who else was that? Man City, lost to Chelsea. All of them in the same month. They lost 6 games, and even at present, they lost. Liverpool lost. No, they drew their game against Leeds, a game they should have won at Anfield. They drew. Their very last game against Fulham, they drew. These are not even top teams. These are not even mid-table teams because Leeds is like it's fighting relegation. But Liverpool drew against them. So if Manchester United draws against Leeds, it's not a bad result because Leeds are playing well. Leeds have gone 7 games without a defeat. It means they have some good form now. And this same time last year, United were doing worse than they are doing now. Because where Amri left United, they still have a chance to qualify for the Champions League. It's not just Allen. Allen said, "Are you David's dad?" Which David are you talking about? I don't have any kids. I don't know any David. Allen, I don't know any David. Yeah, BJ plays. I understand what you mean. Everybody wants to win games, but look at this year. Look at the games I played on New Year's Day. 4 games played on New Year's Day. Nobody won a game. They all drew. Liverpool drew against who was that? It was Leeds. Tottenham drew. I think it was against Brentford. City drew against Sunderland. This is a team that just came to the Premier League new boys. The City drew against them. City drew against Sun. What was it? City? Was that the game City drew? I can't remember, but on New Year's Day, nobody won a game. And the very last game in the Premier League, I think there were like 6 games played. There were just 2 wins. The only team that is doing really well now is Arsenal, and even Aston Villa. But Aston Villa lost to Arsenal before they won their last game against Nottingham Forest. If you talk about teams that don't do, what about Tottenham? When was the last time Tottenham won a game? But have they fired their managers? They haven't. Look at Newcastle, not Newcastle, Crystal Palace. They started really well, won so many games, but they have gone like 4 games without a win, or is it 5 games? I can't remember the last time Crystal Palace won a game. It tells you how difficult the Premier League is. Tottenham is not a real. What do you mean Tottenham is not a real club? They are. It's just to tell you how difficult the Premier League is. Look at all the teams. Nobody's doing well. Apart from Arsenal, that is picking points, and Aston Villa. Those are the only teams that are picking points. Every other person is struggling. Even Manchester City is struggling. Manchester City has drawn 2 in a row now. They drew against Sunderland and against Chelsea. Yeah, they almost got relegated, but they won the Europa League and they are the Champions League. The Maki, hello my brother from Arnold her mother. Well, the Maki, I don't really understand what you mean by that. From Arnold her mother. Right, that doesn't really make sense to me, to be honest. I don't understand what you mean. But anyway, the Maki, thanks for joining. Oh, from another mother. Jesus Christ. My brother from another mother. Oh, that makes sense. Gen Z kind of writing. Thank you, BJ, for BJ Place for the interpretation. I was thinking something else. MT1060. Jesus Christ died on the so Jesus Christ died on the cross to give us eternal life and to forgive our sins. He rose from the dead and gave us the Holy Spirit to live in us. If you accept him and follow him, you will live with him. Okay, for Christians, that makes sense. So if the board at United are saying they fired Amri based on performance, I don't agree with that because everyone is struggling. They need that player at Manchester United. What player? What is my mother's tongue? It's called Bayangi. I'm not sure if you know about Bayangi is a tribe in Cameroon. So if you Google Bayangi, then Bayangi is a tribe in Cameroon. That's my mother tongue. Bayangi, yes. Mm-mm. Not Bajangi. Bayang, yang. Instead of J, it should be a Y. Bayangi. Daniel Theodora. Is that spelled Bayangi? Yes, that's Bayangi. Yes, there you go. Daniel has spelled it correctly. BJ plays. He said, which player do they need at Manchester United? Honestly speaking, I do not think what Manchester United needs is a player because over the years, Manchester United has brought some amazing players at Old Trafford. But when they come to Old Trafford, it's like they forget how to play football. So the problem at Manchester United is not players. It's not. Because I personally think that they have good players. They just need, I don't know, to get the best out of them. How many years I was in, how many years I was in Cameroon? I lived in Cameroon for a very long time. I was born and raised in Cameroon. Very, very long time. I lived most of my life in Cameroon. The market, I was born and raised in Cameroon, so I lived most of my life there. Hmm. Yeah, but PJ styles, that's what people say all the time. It was the same thing they said about Ten Hag, or his style of play does not fit the players. It was the same thing they said about Ole. His style of play does not fit the players. It's an old song at Manchester United. The same thing they said about Jose Mourinho. His style of play does not fit the players. We've heard that song 100 times. Why is that only happening at Manchester United? Why is that only at United that the manager style of play does not fit the players? Why? Why is it not happening elsewhere? And now you live in the UK. Yes, I live in the UK. So it's not about the players and the managers at United. I think the main problem at United comes from the board. Emanuela Sunday, what's wrong with Osimhen? Well, I've not really followed that Osimhen story, but I read something this evening that he said he was going home. He would leave and go home. I'm not really sure. He had a confrontation with Lukman in their last game. I'm not really sure what happened, but they had some kind of a confrontation. And then today I'm hearing that he wants to leave. I'm not really sure. I've not had the facts of what would happen. It's not that United doesn't have top players. Don't say that. They have Nguemo. Nguemo is a very good player. Konya is a very good player. Kasam, United has bought some very good players in the past seasons. They don't just know how to play those players. Look at all the players they have bought. They bought top players, top players. They don't just know. Okay, if you look at Manchester United, match Manchester United players with other Premier League teams, you realize that United has good players. They don't just know how to use them. Do you speak French as well? You come from Cameroon. Yeah, I speak a little bit of French. He's too overrated. Emmanuel Sunday, is that Osimhen? You saying he's too overrated? The whole issue between Osimhen and Lukman has been settled. Everything is fine now. Okay, that's fine then. What is a PDD party going on here? Well, there's no PD party going on here. At MN25124, we only just got better attackers this season. Last season we were very bad. United, you guys should just stop complaining. Like you are spend millions on players. Okay, if you talk about you don't have a good team, what about Aston Villa? Villa did not buy a single player. They did not. Instead, in my opinion, they sold most of their players. Look at Aston Villa. Are they second in the Premier League now? They didn't buy anyone, but they are not complaining. United had brought in two good players, Nguemo and Cunha. They are the same people complaining. That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. If you look at United, yeah, individually, United has good players, but they are not a team. They are not a team. Aston Villa has decent players and they play as a team. Oh, I love Newcastle. I've always liked Newcastle. I've always had a soft touch for Newcastle. And the thing is, Newcastle they have been so inconsistent. They're like that. You know, they will go 3 games without a win, and then win six in a row, and then draw three, lost two, then win again. So they are very, very inconsistent. They are like that. Now they've started winning again. Their last game they beat Crystal Palace, but they are very, very inconsistent. They're a good team though. They're a very good team. It's just that consistency that they lack. Now they've started winning game. Trust me, they're going to win almost every game they play this January, and then win more games the first 2 weeks of February, and they lost all their games the last week of February and early and first weeks of March, and then win games again from April to the end of the season. They make another Champions League. That is how Newcastle has been in the past 3 seasons. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Mm, Newcastle, St. James Stadium. This also correct St. James Park. Yes, that is a very hard one because Arsenal are at home. Yeah, they're at home. Yeah, I think Arsenal are at home, and Liverpool has not won. Have not won in their last 2 games. They drew their last 2 games. The good thing is that they have not lost a game for that long since after that poor run of results. They have stabilized a little bit, even though they've had so many draws. So, but Arsenal are just too good this season. If Arsenal beats Liverpool, and then I will say, okay, they can win that Premier League. But if they don't win that game, forget it. Because I always say, if you look at all the teams that have won the Premier League, when Liverpool won it, they beat Arsenal comfortably, beat City comfortably, beat Chelsea comfortably. For you to win the Premier League, you should be able to beat those big four comfortably, which I think Arsenal has not done this season. Because when they play against Liverpool, they lost to Liverpool. They play against City. What was the score? Did they win or did they draw? I'm not really sure. They've struggled against those big four. If you can't beat those big four comfortably and then don't expect to win the Premier League, it's not about beating Fulham and Leeds and Burnley that will guarantee you a win. No, they drew City exactly. So they drew City. They lost to Liverpool in the first game. I'm not sure how they did against uh, 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 Chelsea, and they lost to Aston Villa. Okay, they lost to Villa in the first game. They won the second one, but I can't remember how they drew Chelsea but beat United. Okay, those are the things. If you look at the season when Liverpool wins, when Liverpool won the Premier League, they beat all of those clubs easily. Beat United, beat Chelsea, beat Arsenal, beat Manchester City, and that is what Manchester City does when they win the league. They beat everyone, so it's easy. But if you look at Arsenal, they drew against Liverpool, drew against City, drew against Chelsea. Those are not records of a champion. No, you have to beat those teams. That's why I say to be the best, you have to beat the best. But Arsenal is not beating the best. It's not. So I do not think it looks like Arsenal is running away with it, but they are not running away with it now. Almost every team has had a bad run. Liverpool has had a bad run. City has had a bad run. Villa had their own bad run at the start of the season. They went was it 5 games without a win. Arsenal are yet to have their own bad run. By the time Arsenal gets a bad run, let's say maybe next month, they go for like 4 months, four games without a goal. Then the likes of City and Liverpool might go past them. That's if they get their form back. Well, I would like Arsenal to win it. If Liverpool can't win it, then Arsenal should win it, not City. What I finish. But I see doubt if Arsenal has what it takes to win that league, to be honest. Or you think Arsenal will narrowly win the league? It can happen, and they have been lucky in the two last games. Neither Liverpool nor City had won any. They beat Villa. Did they win that last game? They won someone. Was it who was that? Arsenal. Who did they play last? I think Arsenal won that game. I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlight. I think Jesus scored in that game or something like that. Bournemouth 3-2. Yes, they beat Bournemouth 3-2. So they are picking those points. You know, they have won. They have picked 6 points in 2 games, while Liverpool and City have both picked just 2 points. So every point counts. But if they beat Liverpool, and then I will say, all right, they can win it. But if they struggle tomorrow against Liverpool, there will still be some question marks on Arsenal winning that league. Oh God, it's almost past 12. Okay, I've got to sleep now. I've got a long drive tomorrow to London to watch Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. So thank you guys for joining. Thanks for the interaction. Thanks for the messages. I appreciate each and every one of you that joined the live today. And if you have not liked, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Have a good night, BJ. Please, I really enjoy talking to you. These days, I try as much as possible to do lives, but because I'm too busy, I end up doing them very late, and then by the time I know it, it's midnight, and I want to go to bed. But I will try. I can start early tomorrow because I'll be in London and I'll be leaving in London very late. So I'll probably have another late one tomorrow. But anyway, let's catch up. If you are live tomorrow, you've got the time, then you are always welcome to join. Thank you guys for joining. I think my time is up. Good night.